What is up, fellow Pyro fanatics and sports fanatics? This is Pimp Daddy 28 here, and today I'm going to be kind of doing a little bit of a different video than I'm kind of used to. Now, back in 2014, when I started posting firework videos at a consistent basis, I intended to kind of post some sports-related stuff as well. I actually mentioned that in my description in my channel, and it's still there, but I never really posted anything kind of like sports related in regards to just, conversations about, certain teams or certain sports and whatnot, in terms of, who's going to win and whatnot. So I figured, I guess now is a good time as any to start. And so basically my question to you guys is, or rather the topic of this video is, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? And if you can leave your comment, or should I say you can leave your pick below this video. And definitely interested in seeing who you guys believe is going to win this game today. Now I will give you my pick, and I'll give you my reasons for it. I did kind of flip-flop between this pick a little bit, and that's only for things that really have happened that led up to this moment. Now, originally I had set out to pick the Patriots to win because you just never bet against the Patriots, and the Rams are a young, inexperienced team with a young and inexperienced yet widely praised head coach in Sean McVay. I'm not a particularly fan of someone who hasn't proven himself yet. If Sean McVay wins, then yeah, I guess you could say he's the golden boy, so to speak. I mean, there have been interviews for coaches around the NFL for anyone who's even talked to this guy, or in some instances people are joking by saying whoever shook hands with him will probably get a head coaching interview. But anyways, back to the Super Bowl. So my pick was originally going to be the Patriots, but when I saw the betting line, the opening line come out of Vegas a couple weeks back, it had the Rams as favorites by 3.5 points. And I was taken aback by that because I was like, you never bet against the Patriots, you never bet against Tom Brady, yet you have the Rams as the favorites, and by 3.5 points too. So not a surprise at all that a lot of people started putting money on the Patriots. And even if the betting line was in favor of the Patriots, which it is now, people would have still put their money on the Patriots. And eventually, I think after a few days or so, the betting line kind of started to sway towards the Patriots, and now the Patriots, I believe, are favored by either, I can't remember if it's 2 points or 2.5 points. I know it's at least 2 points. So it was originally favored for the Rams to win, but now the Patriots are the favorites. So this is where, and I'm not exactly much of a conspiracy theorist. I'm not really into that whole thing, but I've always had this theory that Vegas, sports betting, and all that stuff with sports, specifically the NFL, maybe even a little bit of the NBA, it's all connected in terms of results of certain games and whatnot. And that theory for me hasn't been driven home as much as after I saw the Saints game against the Rams in the NFC Championship with that blown call at the end, and seeing that video come out of the referee kind of holding back the referee at the sideline near the end zone, holding back the other referee on the sideline who had also a good view of what happened. He was about to throw his flag. The other referee stopped him, and that seemed very suspicious to me. And I've always had a kind of a theory that, and had this feeling that the NFL sometimes kind of rigs its games to have certain teams win. And my theory is, and this is how I've always felt about it as well, the NFL and the NBA obviously play to get the high ratings. And if they can get the high ratings with the small market teams, that's great. In fact, they probably prefer it that way. But if the small market teams are not panning out as well as they used to be, the NFL or the NBA will kind of go back to the big market team procedure, where basically you'd have the big market teams reach the playoffs, get to the championship. And I think within 1 or 2 years' time, I think you're probably going to see, in the NBA at least, the Lakers and the New York Knicks probably become like the next super team powerhouse, because super teams are kind of the in thing now. So we recently saw New York kind of make a big trade with the Mavericks to clear up a lot of cap room. So and who knows what's going to happen with the Lakers. I think they're probably going to get Anthony Davis. They might add somebody else, although I'm of the belief that nobody really wants to play with LeBron James that much except for Anthony Davis, I guess. But anyways, that's basketball. Let's get back to football. So, obviously, Los Angeles is a big market, but the thing is, it's not exactly a big market for football. I never liked the idea of the St. Louis Rams moving to LA just because LA is not a football market. And I know it's usually all because of the stadium and whatnot, and if the owner wants a new stadium to be built and the city gets into an argument with the owner and all that stuff, it's always it's even happened with the San Diego team, and they moved to LA because of it. My guess is the NFL is trying to kind of market like a big market team now with the LA Rams, and they're just trying to kind of, I guess, try to make them legitimate and make, I guess, LA fans kind of latch onto them by having them win maybe the Super Bowl. I don't know. That's just my guess. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. So because of the betting line, going back to the betting line, because of how it started with the Rams being favorites and then going to the Patriots, it makes me feel like Vegas and NFL are trying to get as much money out of, people who bet as much as possible. That way, they could, because Vegas obviously has a lot of money riding on this game in favor of the Patriots. And if they have the Rams win, or if the Rams somehow win, even if their hand isn't in it, although I would be very surprised if it isn't, then they would stand to make a whole ton of money if it goes their way. If it doesn't go their way, then they're literally screwed. So that's why, I mean, seeing that betting line the way it went the last couple weeks, it gave me this kind of little weird feeling that while the Patriots are probably the favorite team, to me it just kind of screams that the obvious choices, with everything that's going on, it just feels like the Rams are going to win it. And that's not from pure talent perspective and whatnot, although they do have a good defense, a better defense than the Patriots. Although the Patriots, for some reason, when the entire time they've been in the playoffs and the 2 games they've played, seems like their defense is a lot better. So, or has been a lot better. Again, and if it wasn't under those circumstances, after what I saw in the NFC Championship game with the Saints and how they got screwed, and with the Vegas line for this game kind of swaying in favor of the Rams and going in favor of the Patriots within a matter of a week and a half or so, it just doesn't feel right to me. And I have this nagging feeling that the Rams are going to win. So that's pretty much my pick. I mean, if you guys have any ulterior comments about it, or why you think a certain team's going to win, and you don't have to go a mile out with what I'm using in terms of Vegas being on and whatnot. It could just be strictly just based off of a team's talent and whatnot, and simply because Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. He's probably the Michael Jordan of the NFL. I'll admit that. I mean, he's not undefeated. I mean, the Giants have been his kryptonite, but then again, for Jordan early on in his career, the Bad Boy Pistons were his kryptonite. So everyone's got their rock that they have to kind of jump over and hurl. So, I mean, under normal circumstances, I'd never bet against Tom Brady, but this one just is giving me that weird nagging feeling with everything that's gone on in the playoffs. And the officiating this year has been absolutely garbage. I mean, it's funny. I say every year the officiating is the worst ever, and I think this has got to take the cake. And it just, for all we know, some rules are going to change because of this, and I'm not in favor of like replaying referee calls and whatnot. It's just, I'm more in favor of the NFL just not screwing teams over. How about that? I mean, it's just how it is. But definitely would have liked to see the Saints versus the Patriots. But I mean, I get why some people would probably say no, just because the Saints haven't been really playing that well, specifically Drew Brees and the offense. But Brees versus Brady probably would have been a nice battle to see. But I guess we'll have to wait another year to see if that happens. So that's my pick. Let me know what you guys think, and feel free to suggest who you think is going to win. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.